store, we used to get these boxes. It would be like 100 tarantulas or scorpions or like hissing cockroaches in little Tupperwares. And in the bottom of the crate was a couple little boxes with star tortoises and stuff like that. And these black, like Russian tortoises that were worth a lot of money. $1,000 a piece, dude. And there was cat eye snakes in there, and then Fish and Game would come in there, and they would, and then when they got word, the guy would go in the bathroom and cut the heads off of all the snakes and flush them down the toilet. And they had a 23-foot reticulated python once. And during the Christmas season once, they let the reptiles sit and they did the holiday mail instead, and on half of the shipment was dead. And all these other reptile stores used to exchange because, like the import export, all those things. Every reptile distributor would go from a different region, so they'd all meet up and there would be an exchange, and it would be like warehouses full of reptiles. It was fucking excellent. And the iguanas, they weren't breeding in captivity at that time, and they weren't like breeding in Florida, like especially in the United States to that degree in like 1989 or whatever. And they were getting out. A lot of them were dead, and they would always get out. And like the ficus trees in the back, there was like they would stick their heads out of there, and they were growing. And now Florida's insane. And then one time there was these cartoon snails, and nobody was buying them. And then like half of them were dead, and they started stinking them. So I was instructed to throw them out back because they didn't look like they were alive by the knowledge of other people. So they had me throw them out. And then like a couple months or whatever later, there was a crop getting eaten at Deerfield Beach. Around Boca area, there was these big snails, and those were the snails, and it was pretty crazy, like as a 18-year-old dude, going to buy some reptiles and end up getting a job there. Next thing you know, I'm giving reptiles syringes for rickets and stuff, giving them vitamin C and B12 and shit. All the snakes, and I would take the dead animals and I'd skin them, and I'd get the skins and the turtle shells and pieces of the tails and the feet and the heads of the dead snakes and stuff like that. And there was like so many different kinds of reptiles, but and like some of the shit would get loose a lot. And the reticulated pythons were pretty troublesome, and they're quick and they're aggressive and alert, and they sprint, boy. And there was a lot of them, and a bunch of those kind of got loose too. And yellow rats and red rats and different kind of cord snakes. Calibras were cool. I mean, there was so many things like that there. But yeah, I mean, I just had this job, and you never know. Now I'm 51, and like then I was like 17, and yeah, so now like people in Florida, there's like chainsaw-sized iguanas everywhere, and you always think of what could have been prevented what could have been done to prevent that.